Hip mobility flow. This warm up was largely inspired by a warm up that my boss, Coach Van Dyke, does, and also an article on a daily fitness tip on yahoo.com that kind of took bits and pieces from both of those. Starting with the groiner, back knee is off the ground. From there, I'm opening up, looking down the length of my arm, staring at the sky, opening up in each direction. I usually cue just exactly what I said, look down the length of your arm, or look at the sky. From there, I'll place both hands down and my knee down to the ground or the pad. In this knee down position, I am hunting, searching, scouring, seeking, and destroying various tight spots within that anterior hip capsule. So I'm not staying still at any point. I'm constantly moving around and trying to find different tight areas within my hip. From here, I'm going into a tall kneel. My left knee is down. I'm squeezing that left butt cheek, that left glute. I'm squeezing it, relaxing, and repeating there. I'm also going to move slightly forward and back, trying to get a nice stretch and eliminate the tightness in the front of the hip. After that, I am raising my left arm up. I'm trying to get a stretch down my lateral seam on my left side. Going to the right, going to the left, raising both arms, but for the majority of the time, and most often, I'm really just raising that left arm, the opposite arm of the knee that is down, just kind of going right to left. Besides the groiner, this is really the first stretch where you're doing more of a traditional static stretch. This is the quad stretch, still getting a little stretch in the hip flexor, trying to get more of the quad. Just staying still for the most part. I'm just losing my balance on that Eric's pad right there for that quick second. After that, I'm going into a hamstring stretch. So you'll notice I'm bending and extending my knee. So the static stretch is not getting done on this one. I'm breaking up some tight spots in that hamstring. My hamstrings are really tight compared to some of my other spots in my hips. So I spend a little bit more time on my hamstrings right here. I usually do this one for about 20 seconds. Some of the other ones I do for about 10 to 15. Really just depends on where you as an individual are more tight. And finally, ending with a figure 4 glute stretch. This one can be done kind of as a static stretch. You could also kind of rock into it and out of it. I'm kind of getting a little movement right there. As I loosen up slightly, I start to sink down and drop onto my forearms. This is another one where I'm really tight, so I'm usually doing this one for a little longer than some of the previous ones. My piriformis is always really tight. My glute med is really tight, so this one I like to hang out a little longer than others. Hope you enjoyed.